The Report Wizard has a couple of specialist reports to allow you to control the calculation status or the process management. And we'll start by looking at the calculation status report. When defining the report, first select which periods you want to include in your calculation status report by checking or unchecking the period members. Then choose the top entity from the entity tree view, and if you wish, you can also choose a different expansion function for the entity dimension by right-clicking on the entity member in the POV panel. The right-click will display the possible member expansion functions you can use to choose your entities. But for this example, I'm just going to leave it as the default option, children of the selected entity. And then select OK to build the report. And the calculation status report is added to a new worksheet. Like all MerlinXL reports, you can double-click to drill down on a parent member in the rows, and you can use the worksheet POV panel to change the point of view of the report. For example, clicking on the entity member in the POV panel allows you to choose a different top entity. For example, now we're going to switch the report to display the children of the Europe member rather than North America. Using the POV panel in a worksheet updates the existing report rather than builds a new one in a separate worksheet. The calculation status report is a starting point for running HFM calculations. And you can start a calculation in one of two ways, either by using the ribbon button at the top of the report to open the calculation status action form. The Calculate Action form allows you to run consolidations, calculations or translations, provided you have been provisioned to do so. And when opened from a ribbon button, the point of view of the action is taken from the worksheet point of view as displayed in the POV panel. So this form, because it was opened from the ribbon button, would run a calculation or consolidation on the Europe member because Europe is set as the entity member in the worksheet's point of view. But if we wanted to choose a different entity to run the calculation on, we would right-click on a cell in the report corresponding to the entity we wanted to consolidate. In this example, I'm going to select the France entity for September. And from the right-click context menu, I'll select the Calculate or Consolidate option. This time, the point of view in the Consolidate Action form is based on the point of view of the cell we clicked on rather than the worksheet's point of view. To run an impacted consolidation, I'll select the Consolidate option, and if I want to, I can choose to include other periods. Because initially we right-clicked on the September column, that is already selected, and this way I can choose to calculate on multiple periods at once. Before selecting the Consolidate button, I can choose whether I wish to display a list of the running tasks on the HFM server. This will allow me to see when the consolidation has finished. And then to start the consolidation process, I select the Consolidate button. And a list of the running tasks on the server, including the consolidation we started, is now displayed in a panel on the right-hand side. By ticking the Auto Refresh button, the Running Tasks pane will update itself every 5 seconds. And by ticking the Auto Hide checkbox, the Running Tasks panel will close when all the consolidations have finished running on the server. Or we can hide the panel using the button on the right. Once the consolidation has finished, select the Refresh Worksheet button in the POV panel to update the calculation status report. And the cells that were previously saying Consolidate should now display OK. When you run a consolidation using MerlinXL, the consolidation is running on the HFM server and doesn't lock up your Excel, so you can continue to use Excel until the consolidation has completed. And if you wish to view the list of running tasks on the server, you can select the Running Tasks option from the MerlinXL ribbon. And with the Auto Refresh option enabled, you can keep track of the processes running on the server, so that you know when your consolidation has finished. And finally, just to note that you will be unable to run consolidations or calculations using MerlinXL unless you have been provisioned to do so using shared services.